Here I'm going to talk about my list of recommended drawing tools I use in my drawings. Let's begin with the paper I use. This is just as important as the pencils. Always use acid-free paper. It has a neutral or basic pH 7, so it helps to preserve artwork to last for years. This paper is Canson Bristol Smooth and is bright white. The paper feels like cardstock, so it withholds a lot of layers, erasing, and details. Another paper I love using is Strathmore Bristol Vellum. This too is acid-free and heavyweight. This is the 300 series and is bright white. Vellum papers are equivalent to cold-pressed papers which have a slight tooth, great for multiple layers and details. This too is a Strathmore Bristol paper, but has a plate surface which is equivalent to a hot-press paper. It is acid-free and 100% cotton. This is the 500 series and is ultra-smooth, great for details and technical drawings. Here I'm going to use a piece of paper from the Canson Bristol pad. I'm going to place a piece of tape to help position my paper. I'm using artist tape, which is acid-free. You can buy different width sizes of the tape. It's very easy to remove and doesn't tear my paper. Now to introduce the pencils I use. I mainly use Staedtler pencils. When holding the pencil, don't grip it too hard. Hold the pencil in a writing position and have your hand a couple of inches back from the tip with a loose grip. Notice how I'm closing the gaps between the strokes. Every so often, I will rotate my pencil. Here you can see the elevation height from a different perspective. You'll see how my pencil is not flat on the surface of the paper. When shading lightly, it helps to have my hand back on the pencil with a loose grip. What you don't want to do is to position your hand over the pencil like a sketcher would. This can result in the pencil skipping over the paper. Here you can see how the pencil's tip is flat on the surface of the paper. I don't recommend this method for realistic drawing. It doesn't allow the pencil to get into the paper for a smoother blend. When shading smooth, darker tones or details, I would grip my pencil a bit tighter and hold it closer to the tip. In this example, here you can see that I'm using an HB pencil, which stands for hard black. I would recommend investing in a pencil set. This particular set has grades from 6B to 4H. Depending on the drawing, I have used most of these tonal grades, especially in the B pencils. You can also get pencils up to 9B and 9H. Another pencil brand I would recommend is Faber Castells. These pencils, like the Staedtler pencils, result in a nice smooth shade. Mechanical pencils are also great to use for fine details, fur, and hair, and you can use any mechanical pencil. This one I picked up at a stationery store. These brand of mechanical pencils are made from Pentel. They are great for making it easy to grip the pencil. They list the pencil grade as well as the thickness of the lead. This one is a 0.7. Every stroke is precise and is great for stroking in hair, grass, or fur. You never have to worry about having to sharpen your pencil either. This next pencil has a lead tip of 0.5, and the smallest tip is 0.3, for even greater details and finer strokes. While you can use a regular pencil for stroking in hair, a mechanical pencil is great for this. These are great tools to make indented ghost lines. They're called a Stylus. And as you will see, they have different sized tips, depending on the thickness you want. As I press down to create the strokes, they are indenting the paper. Since I was using a thicker tip, I will create a few strokes using a smaller one. Now, take a pencil and shade over the indented lines. This is where the magic happens. White, crisp lines. I'm shading fast and not worrying about consistency as I'm just showing you the results. You can use this method for whiskers and highlighted hairs on animals or pets, people too. In this drawing of the lioness and her cubs, you can see them in the whiskers, ears, and fur. Now for the Kneadable Erasers. They come in an assortment of colors for the Faber Castells, including gray, yellow, red, and blue. There's even a white one too. These are soft and feel like putty. The best ones I recommend are Faber Castell and Staedtler. At the moment, I only have the Faber Castell ones. They are excellent for bringing out highlighted areas and creating soft effects. A kneaded eraser can be shaped with achieving precise erasing and removing pencil specks. You can see how gentle they are in my drawings in creating highlights. These gloves are great for artists. They were originally used for a tablet as a smudge guard and at reducing friction. But pencil artists have now adopted them as they help prevent smudging on the outer side of the hand. They are available for left or right hands. They are quite comfortable too. I don't recommend resting your hand on your drawing, but it can occur from time to time. These erasers are excellent for fine detailed highlights in fur, hair, eyes, and many others. This clickable eraser is called a Factus BM2. You can buy replaceable erasers for them. This one is a Mononoke 3.8 by Tombow. They are good for a lot of things, including bringing out highlights in the hair. They are easy to use by pushing up on the bottom for the eraser to come out at the top. Push and hold down the end and you can push the eraser back in. To create finer hairs, clip off the tip of the eraser to get a sharp edge. You can use the edge to create fine hairs. This is a Tombow Mono eraser. They're excellent for top quality precision. It has a very fine tip for detailed effects. It can erase very small areas too. This is another Tombow Mono eraser, but has a rectangular shape. It is excellent for creating unique techniques. This is a pencil eraser by Knur Hartmuth. Another excellent eraser for achieving fine highlights and to erase precise lines. You can use a sand block to gently remove any pencil debris or to sharpen the tip of it. These are the blending tools I use. This is called a tortillon. A lot of people also refer it as a tortillon. You don't want to hold the tortillon vertically when blending. It's these ridges on the end that helps to blend, so you want to hold it on an angle. Give some pressure to gently push the graphite into the paper and blend it in. Here you will see the elevation of the tortillon as it blends in the shading. Tortillons can blend small areas and are very easy to control. Use less pressure to blend lightly. These are called blending stumps. They work just like tortillons and are available in different sizes. You'll see with added pressure how it will blend the same way. Notice how the blending stump is firmly down on the paper. You'll see how a small-sized blending stump can get into tiny areas too. A larger blending stump can work well in larger shaded areas, as in this cast shadow. You can clean blending stumps with a sand block. Many artists will also use a brush to blend and will work just as well. You can use different sizes of soft brushes depending on what you want to blend. Brushes are great for smooth blends such as skin tones. Another blending tool is a tissue. A tissue is great to help blur backgrounds and smooth areas such as skin tones. Never use your fingers to blend, but rather a tissue over it to avoid unwanted smudged oily fingertips. Now to talk about erasers. Any white eraser will do, but you want to make sure they're soft and non-abrasive. My favorite are Hardmuth, Staedtler, and Faber Castells. They're all soft and erase well without tearing the paper. Now to introduce electric erasers. These are two electric erasers that I like, the Afmat and Taihu. This is the Taihu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't take much pressure to hold down the button. If you screw off the top, you can insert two AA batteries to run it. It comes with another holder replacement and a bunch of refills. It also comes with a larger one for thicker highlights and erasing. The larger eraser will fit in the metal holder. It is very easy to go back and forth to replace the sizes. They are excellent for adding highlights and effects in very precise areas. This electric eraser is the Afmat eraser. It is very lightweight and has a nice curved shape and is comfortable to hold. It charges with a self-contained rechargeable battery and comes with a USB cable. It will stay charged for a long time too. This eraser came with several small and larger size refills. It also includes a small brush and of course the USB cable that all fits in a nice zipped up case. As mentioned previously, this is very comfortable to hold and can produce nice, fine highlights. You can sharpen the end on a sand block to create a pointy tip for very fine details. I wish I had these erasers years ago. This is the larger eraser tip, which can create larger highlights when needed. The precision is amazing and is very gentle on the paper without tearing it up. You can also see how well they erase on a darker background. It works great just about any place you need to add highlights. The circular motion of the eraser allows you to target areas effectively. I never draw without using a soft brush to wipe away debris. This brush is used for wider areas, or if you want to wipe over your entire drawing in a couple of swipes to keep it clean. This smaller one is a makeup brush and can be bought at a dollar store. They are really great for small areas. Last but not least, this is the pencil sharpener I use. It's the Carl Angel 5. It comes in a variety of colors and produces a perfect point. If you push these together, it will open up the pathway for the pencil to enter the chamber. You will see that it won't open until I squeeze these together. Here's a side view of it. As I crank on the handle, you will see how it retracts the pencil into the cutting chamber. It will automatically stop sharpening the pencil as it will not allow over sharpening. Squeeze them together again and it will retract and release the pencil. Here you will see how it produces the perfect point. It also comes with a table mount to attach to a table for more stability. Now let's get drawing.